What if I told you that the coffee you cherish every morning is secretly putting a massive strain on your kidneys? For years, you've heard the confusing advice: coffee is healthy. Coffee is toxic. But here is the truth that requires your immediate attention. Most people over 60 drink coffee in a way that aggressively pushes their body toward dehydration. This creates immediate metabolic stress on your primary filtering organs. You may have noticed the early warning signs already. Perhaps you noticed persistent foamy urine, or your last blood panel showed elevated creatinine levels. These subtle markers are not minor issues you can ignore. They are clear, urgent signals indicating that your kidneys are operating under a quiet, continuous burden. By the time you finish listening to this discussion, you will discover the 3-step kidney-safe coffee protocol. This protocol is one of the most vital senior health tips you can adopt. We will reveal exactly how you can continue to enjoy coffee while actively protecting your kidney function for years to come. Stay with me until the end. Rule number 2 is the simplest hydration technique, and it is the necessary biological switch to stabilize your creatinine levels immediately. Before we implement the solution, let us clearly define the precise challenge we face. We are dealing with a fundamental imbalance: caffeine versus proper hydration. For a younger person, caffeine is simply a focus booster. But for seniors, the biological effect is amplified. Caffeine is a powerful diuretic. It flushes water and salt from your body aggressively. Your kidneys are the sophisticated regulators of your body's entire fluid balance. As we age, the kidney's ability to concentrate urine and manage this fluid balance naturally declines. They lose their ability to concentrate urine effectively. When you introduce coffee without deliberate fluid replacement, you push them into a state of unnecessary, continuous stress. This systemic pressure is documented instantly on your blood work. Dehydration is the primary cause of elevated creatinine. Creatinine is a waste product of muscle metabolism. Your kidneys are tasked with purifying your blood of this waste. When the kidneys are strained or lack the fluid volume to operate efficiently, they slow down. They struggle to expel this metabolic waste. The result? Creatinine levels rise in your blood. This signals to your doctor that your renal function is compromised. This isn't necessarily a diagnosis of chronic kidney disease, CKD, yet, but it is a clear red flag warning that your daily consumption habits are actively straining your system toward dangerous territory. Furthermore, standard dark roast coffee contains compounds called oxalates. When these oxalates are not adequately flushed out by water, they can bind with calcium. This binding process contributes significantly to the formation of painful kidney stones. Every sip of plain coffee you take is actively making your kidneys work harder than they need to. The goal is not abstinence. The goal is smart consumption. We must neutralize the diuretic effect and protect the kidneys from unnecessary strain. We start by strictly controlling the dosage and the time. This is a foundational senior health tips rule. We begin the protocol with 2 rules that are non-negotiable for long-term senior wellness. Rule 1. The strict dosage and timing limit. Your body needs discipline, not denial. The hard limit for a senior to maintain kidney and cardiovascular health is 200 milligrams mg of caffeine per day. This translates roughly to 2 standard 8-ounce cups of brewed coffee. If you go over this amount, you dramatically increase the strain on your kidneys and potentially raise your heart rate and blood pressure. But the time you drink it is just as critical, perhaps even more so. You must implement the 2 p.m. cutoff rule. Caffeine has a half-life of 4 to 6 hours. If you drink a cup at 4 p.m., half of that caffeine is still actively circulating in your system when you try to sleep at 10 p.m. This is where the damage truly happens. Poor sleep is a massive, often overlooked stressor on your entire metabolic system. It prevents essential overnight kidney repair processes. Drinking coffee late also elevates your evening cortisol levels. Elevated cortisol keeps your kidneys working overtime. The simplest senior health tips you will ever receive is to keep your coffee consumption strictly between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. This supports your natural circadian rhythm and maximizes overnight recovery. Rule 2. The hydration buffer, the 1-1 rule. This is the absolute switch you need to stop dehydration and protect your kidneys from the diuretic effect. It is the most powerful senior health tips in this video. The trick is the 1-1 rule of hydration. For every 8-ounce cup of coffee you consume, you must immediately drink 1 full 8-ounce glass of plain water. Do not wait until later in the day. Do it immediately, within the next minute. Why is this so crucial? First, it instantly replenishes the water lost to the diuretic effect. You cancel out the loss before it harms your system. Second, and more importantly for your kidneys, the extra water volume helps to dilute waste products like oxalates and creatinine. This makes the filtration process easier. It's like flushing a dirty pipe with clean water immediately after use. This dilution reduces the concentration of materials that form kidney stones. By implementing the 1-1 rule, you transform coffee from a dehydrator into an acceptable part of your senior nutrition. This simple act is directly measurable in your next blood test. You will see your creatinine levels stabilize and drop. The final protocol focuses on minimizing toxic load and addressing the often overlooked acidity of coffee. Rule 3A, the additive check. Stop the sugar and oil. The majority of coffee damage comes not from the coffee itself, but from the toxic additives. Many seniors rely on cheap coffee creamers or excessive sugar. These are often loaded with highly inflammatory compounds, hidden sugars, and hydrogenated vegetable oils. Consuming these high-sugar, low-nutrition additives consistently contributes to systemic inflammation. It causes insulin resistance and a significantly higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Why is this a kidney issue? Type 2 diabetes is the #1 cause of kidney failure and chronic kidney disease, CKD, worldwide. The high sugar and fat load forces the kidneys to work tirelessly filtering toxins and excess glucose. Every spoonful of sugar or artificial creamer increases your long-term CKD risk. The simplest senior health tips here is to stop poisoning your system. Switch to a small splash of whole milk, if tolerated, or unsweetened almond milk. Better still, use the healthy fats discussed in our other videos, like MCT oil, to create creaminess without the toxic load. You are replacing a poison with a useful fuel source. Rule 3B, the pH fix coffee is naturally acidic. For seniors, this acidity can irritate the stomach lining. It can also stress the metabolic system, leading to reflux and discomfort. One small, unconventional senior health tips trick can neutralize the acidity instantly. Add a tiny pinch of baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, to your coffee grounds before brewing. Alternatively, stir a pinch into your finished cup. This is a common practice among people with sensitive stomachs. Neutralizing the acidity makes the coffee gentler on your digestive system. It also reduces the overall acid burden that the kidneys must process. This simple pH fix reduces the overall metabolic burden. You are ensuring that your coffee consumption supports, rather than compromises, your mission of achieving true senior wellness. Finally, we address the liver, your body's parallel processing unit. Unlike the kidneys, the scientific outlook for the liver is overwhelmingly positive when it comes to coffee. The good news: coffee consumption is strongly associated with a lower risk of developing liver cirrhosis and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. The mechanism: coffee contains powerful antioxidants, polyphenols, and unique compounds that appear to be protective of liver tissue. They help neutralize free radicals generated during detoxification. The critical warning: this protective benefit only applies to clean, high-quality coffee. The danger: instant coffees or heavily processed, low-grade beans often contain chemicals and mold toxins, mycotoxins. These toxins force your liver to work overtime to detoxify them, negating the benefit and increasing inflammation. Action: always choose fresh, organic, or third-party tested beans to ensure your coffee is a true liver-protecting health tip. We have reached the conclusion of this vital protocol. Your daily coffee ritual holds the potential to be a powerful source of antioxidants and a true boost to your longevity. But only if you respect your kidneys' boundaries. Follow these 3 daily senior health tips: strict timing and dosage, 2 p.m. cutoff, the hydration buffer, 1.1 Rule. The pH fix. Avoid sugar, use baking soda. By making these simple changes, you secure your senior wellness and protect your kidneys from unnecessary strain. I have one final question for you. Which of the 3 rules will you implement first tomorrow? Will you finally quit the late afternoon cup or implement the life-saving 1.1 water rule? Type your answer in the comments below. If you found this essential senior health tips advice empowering, please hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss another discussion on how to maintain freedom and vitality.